All right. Thank you guys so much for joining this episode of the Con Show. We got my boy Rob back on the channel. How's it going, brother?
It's going good, brother. Thank you for having me back. I appreciate it.
Of course. For those of you who don't know, what content do you post on the regular?
On a regular basis on TikTok, you can follow me at December the Boy '06. You can also follow me on YouTube, the Pernell Joe Show. But if you want to see the majority of my content, it is on TikTok, December the Boy '06. So that's where you can find me at. But you'll be seeing me on all streaming service, all platforms at one point. But right now, I'm focused on TikTok right now.
Hell yeah. And I just seen you pass 1,000 followers on TikTok. So I just want to say congratulations to you, brother, on that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course. And today we're going to be talking about Ayesha Curry back at it again, talking I mean, some might say trash, some might say disrespectful stuff towards her husband, Steph Curry. Me and Rob are going to react to this clip that's been going viral this week, and we're going to break down our opinions and our thought process. So let me go ahead and play this real quick. Make sure the volume's up here too.
4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted to be
Are you able to hear the audio, Rob?
Yeah, I can hear the audio loud and clear.
Okay,
a
perfect.
family?
No. So I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals, and I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
It's so hard also to be the woman in a situation where you're like, men just don't get as much scrutiny. Like they can maybe tell him like your fucking shots suck tonight, but like the looks and all of that is just like not a factor of conversation as much.
No.
Did you talk to Steph about it? Like, or did you kind of keep it within yourself so it didn't?
I do not have a bone in my body that can keep anything to myself. So if it comes to mind, it's coming out. And he's so gracious. Like he tries to resonate with me, but he just can't. And he also comes from a place of like, it's effing stupid. Like, what do you, it's not true. So why? And I'm like, but wait, like, listen to how it makes me feel. And he's like, but why does it make you feel like that? It's not real. After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughter so quickly.
All right, let me pause that because there's already like enough content just to make a whole podcast based off of the first minute and 41 seconds already. So I'll play the rest of it, but I just want to get your thoughts first, Rob. Well, unless you want me to start first, like please.
I'll start first. It's no big deal. My initial reaction is it sounds like at first it sounded like she was talking to whoever the host is that she didn't plan on being like a basketball wife, stay-at-home mom, pretty much what she's probably is. And it sounds like she's complaining about it. And you could also hear the translation that Steph is like, yo, what you're feeling is not even real. Like, don't try to act like you're not happy. And I'm an NBA superstar. Like, I'm not just like, not only did you land a NBA player, which you didn't think he was going to be, I'm the 1% of the NBA.
Exactly.
I'm somebody that everybody knows. Even if you don't even pick up a basketball, even if you don't even love the game of basketball, you know who LeBron James is and you know who Steph Curry is in this generation that's currently active. Of course, you got the Michael Jordans and Kobe's and all that, and Shaq, because he's on every freaking commercial.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about current NBA players. And this just goes to show that women, you could give them literally every single thing you want that they want, and they still will complain.
For real.
Steph Curry is above 6 foot. He's a good looking dude, no homo.
He light skinned.
He's damn near a billionaire.
Mhm.
Why aren't you happy? And he gave you 3, 4 kids, and he's not making you look crazy in these streets. You never hear anything bad about Steph, and he's not a simp just based off of perception.
That's
And you could
debatable
tell
now.
he's not a simp because based off the conversation, you
Mhm.
could tell that he's like, "Yo, why are you not happy?"
Mhm.
Like, you know how many women probably throw themselves at him? Now, I don't know what they do in their personal life. I don't know what's going on as far as that. But as far as what I see, Steph handles his business. So as far as I'm concerned, she just needs to relax. And I get where she's coming from to a degree, but that's something you have a conversation behind closed doors. That's not something you have, you know, in public. You don't see Savannah James saying, "Oh, I didn't think I would be in this position. I thought I'd be a career-driven wo—" Come on. It's
Mhm.
almost as if she's trying to say that she's bigger than what she's doing right now. That was my initial reaction.
No, I agree with everything you're saying, and it's when I saw that clip, I was just thinking of the female psychology of it all, and I'm just remembering Steph Curry is like 30, 37, I think. So he's like, a
Yeah.
little bit older than you and me. Um,
Mhm.
and his generation, I think, was like the beginning of feminism, where a lot of these women think, for some weird reason, that them having a career, a job, making high income is them being successful. Um, I've never understood this whole thing with like high value woman. For me, a high value woman is someone that's married. Like that's for me like the baseline of it all, right? And Ayesha Curry in that clip just seemed like someone that one is unfulfilled, but not for the reasons that a lot of people think she's unfulfilled. Because she sold 2 books. She had a couple restaurants that was opened. She's a businesswoman, and she still later on in the clip it says that she's going to therapy and still feels unfulfilled and things of that nature. And it that in itself proves that like what Steph Curry was saying that oh you're delusional, like your problems what you think is wrong because you are successful. You're a mother of 3 kids. You're we're Steph Curry. Like I used to be a Steph Curry hater. I'm not gonna lie, because he was so confident in his early days. But over time, I've learned to appreciate him more and more because unlike LeBron and other players, he's the one that doesn't really get any controversial um things in his life. No one you don't ever hear any scandals. You don't ever hear him gambling or doing things that are like degenerate, whatever. Like he's someone that's a man of God, and he um it's it's the same feel I got with the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith situation. It's the same thing I'm getting with Steph Curry, where he's like,
Mm.
it's not as bad, but it's getting there, if that makes sense. Because Ayesha Curry, this is not the first time she's been disrespectful towards Steph Curry, talking about his name. Like like girl, I'm sorry, but if you're gonna be cooking, be a chef, and doing all these things, but yet you can't even make your own husband a sandwich, that just is like blows my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like you are no, she's in a position where she does not understand that, like, she legit won the lottery by getting with someone that is a Hall of Fame player, the greatest shooter of all time, and by the end of his career will probably win more rings than LeBron James, um, because of longevity reasons. But regardless, it's very delusional, very delusional and very disrespectful that someone like her. And I'm glad you mentioned Savannah James because Savannah James is someone that like she has. I think she has like a small podcast too, but never is she's talking about bad things about LeBron James. She
Yeah.
doesn't embarrass him. She looks him. They're high school sweethearts as well, and she's always been by his side. She appreciates him, and she understands that their love is real because again, it's kind of like Steph Curry where they well, I mean, LeBron was a high school prospect, right? He was someone that everyone in the NBA wanted, but
Yeah.
regardless, like everyone knew LeBron was going to be big in the NBA regardless. But even then, her podcast is more like a hobby. Her main job is still being the mother of his children and making sure that the house is taken care of, things of that nature. Um, but she in herself doesn't even talk about LeBron to that level. But why Aisha Curry can't stay quiet? Like I don't understand it. Like just be quiet, don't talk. Like and Steph doesn't do anything to embarrass her. All he does is praise her. Every time you ask Steph Curry about his wife, all he does is say how much he loves her, how blessed he is to be a father to her, that happy to have a family, things of that nature. And it's something that, like you said, and I also want to mention that too. Women, you could give them the world, money, love, attention. It's never going to be enough.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. And it's like, man, out of everybody, Steph Curry?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna do this to Steph Curry? The babyface assassin?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, boom, the I hate to bring this up, but like the Sierra and Russell Wilson, I hate to say this. You can see through that. You can see that like, listen, Sierra can say all the great things about Russell Wilson, and he's a great dude. That's not what you want. We
That's
know
not.
what you want. We saw what you was
Mm-hmm.
entertaining and messing with early on in your career when you was starting off. We know your history, but
Mm-hmm.
cool. You're with Russell Wilson, good. But with Steph, it's like, yo, he's not corny. Why are you doing this to him? And like you
Mm-hmm.
said, it is kind of giving me like Jada and Will Smith vibes. So now I'm thinking like, yo, like, because I saw somewhere where somebody was like, oh, she didn't go through a whole phase.
Yeah. That's
And it's
bro.
like,
I think
what?
that's the main thing why she said she didn't experience enough life experience to like, and
Ding, 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 ding.
exactly, every guy, every person knows what that's code for. She never went through a whole phase, that she never got the chance to. I mean, I get it. They got married young, which
Mhm.
I mean that. I think they married when they were like 19, 18, around there, but even, or maybe like 21, whatever. That in itself is a blessing because nowadays people don't even want to get married anymore. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And the fact that like that's let's be honest, women don't really want like, because like I don't know if it's because Aisha Curry is surrounding herself with a bunch of like single women that are telling her, "Oh my God, you won't believe this what happened to me. This happened and all this stuff," and now she is giving her ideas and making her think, wow, I never experienced that. When actuality, they're single for a reason. Those women are not happy. They are gonna go through the same experience like Sierra did, where
Mhm.
getting the bad boys and then making mistakes and then hoping that like a guy like a Russell Wilson comes along their way to save them from the degeneracy and allow them to be in their feminine. But that's not the case for most women nowadays, and that's why most guys don't wife them up because they know where they're at in the streets.
Yeah.
They're in the
Yeah.
street. They're in the streets for a reason, and like it's almost Aisha Curry's statement almost seemed like as if she like wished that she got to explore to see what other options were out there.
And that's the crazy part. Yo, cause that's what she was basically saying.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is explore what option? What option? What could possibly be better than stuff? And for the comments, I'm not glazing. I'm not glazing because I know
No.
this young generation, they be wilding, they be chill. We're not glazing. We're talking about Steph Curry here. We're talking about top seven, one of the greatest players in NBA history.
Probably.
Not even just minus his accolades,
Mm-hmm.
just his profession.
Mm-hmm.
Just his profession. There's not women that are bumping into millionaires, multimillionaires, potential billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand it. And from my understanding, their background is I think they met in church or something like that, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
Mm-hmm. And
So
the
I don't
church goes. That's why I don't believe anyone when they say church. You should marry a church. Go no, they're the most like unloyal ones. They really are because they don't
It's
have the time to
definitely
explore.
dangerous.
Very
It's definitely
dangerous.
dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely dangerous. You gotta do your due diligence. You gotta do your due diligence, and you gotta do the file report. And we have to do this on a separate episode possibly. We got to talk about Cam Newton too, because they was getting on Cam Newton because he basically told Angela Yee that no, I need to know my girl's body count and I need to know who she slept with. because of my profession.
Right.
So I need to know if you slept with somebody that's in the same profession as me,
Mhm.
because professional athletes and entertainers and all that, they all sleep with each other and they all do all that. It's kind of
Mhm.
like if we were in high school and girl A slept
Yeah.
with dude B, but dude B slept with her friend, and you know how that is. And
Yeah.
I agree with that. So I don't know if Steph did his due diligence as far as that concerned, because he could have been so focused on basketball that he didn't. Maybe he overlooked certain red flags. So who knows? Maybe he messed up a little bit on that. But from my understanding, is he's done everything the right way. So
No, and I don't think I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt and see things from, like, her point of view.
me too.
You know what I'm saying? Because I get that, okay, your ideal path was I don't know what career she's talking about. She said, "I was focused on my career. I didn't wanna have kids. I didn't imagine, being married and things of that nature." So,
I think she's a chef, but I'm not too sure. I don't
yes.
know too much of her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, she is a chef, but, like, she did
Mhm.
end up being a chef regardless, but the thing is, like, it seems like she's, like, has envy because Steph became more of a quote unquote successful person than her. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like here's the thing. She said in the interview, call her daddy, which is a trash podcast by the way. She said that he was gonna be a high school coach. And the fact that she had the expectation is like she was always expecting to be the breadwinner, the person that was get
The lead.
the
She wanted to
leader.
be it seemed like she wanted to be the alpha in the situation. Oh,
Exactly.
he said he just wanted to be a high. It's like you're complaining that he exceeded expectations.
And with that, like, it makes you think. It's like, but Aisha, in an alternate universe, let's say he did become, a high school coach, right? And you ended up being a, Gordon Ramsay level chef. You would still leave him though. You would still disrespect him. You know why? Because he's making less than you and he's not the breadwinner of the relationship. You know? Like, I don't think she understands that, like, women are hypergamous, like, in general. They always want a man that's better than them, makes more money than them, is able to be a leader, provider, all these things, which Steph Curry clearly is.
He
And
checked all the
he
boxes.
checks legit all the boxes. And he's in the less than 1% of people who are millionaires and close to being billionaires that live
Yeah,
in the United States. And Steph Curry is not no, like, no disrespect, but like a Kawhi Leonard or a Paul George. He's like going to be in the Hall of Fame. He is arguably the second greatest point guard in the history of the NBA. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Next to Magic Johnson. And he changed the game of basketball forever. And I feel like part of that is because of Steve Kerr becoming the coach back when it was like the prime years of Golden State. Because Steph Curry wasn't always Steph Curry. I used to watch his games way before when Andre Iguodala first moved over to Golden State. And he wasn't
yeah.
the Steph Curry back then. He grew and became the man that he is later on. But regardless, like, it's I think Steph Curry's problem when it came to the relationship in the beginning. He thought that because Ayesha Curry is not like no gold digger woman. You could tell she's not someone that like cares about money, but she cares more about the attention she gets. So I think Steph thought that she's okay. She's someone that likes me for me. I do think she loves him. I don't think that she doesn't love him, but she looks at him as an equal. And by looking at him as an equal, it means the respects and the hierarchy is the same. And when you put each other as equals, it makes them like it makes the gender roles become like not there, if that makes sense. Like she I think he saw her, okay, she's like an equal to me. We're on the same levels. Therefore, I'm gonna accept that she's someone that wants to be career driven. And Steph Curry over time he's helped her, get her books out. She had a couple programs on the Food Network for her cooking career, and he's supported her throughout all of that. Like, so he not only did he support her and give her what she wanted, but he also became the breadwinner regardless. So it's like, for me, it's like there's no winning in the situation at all. And
Yeah. It's
it
almost like she's bored.
bro, she is so bored. That's
And
mhm.
and now I'm thinking about it, Steph Curry did make the right decision because he coulda went the other direction and got him a Brittany Renner, no disrespect.
All disrespect. No, she tried. No.
So Steph Curry is a smart man. So Ayesha Curry, so we know that you're a good woman. It's just you're conflicted with the fact that you're with a man that in reality you can't tell him what to do.
She can't.
And
Mm-mm.
and not only that, he has everything lined up. You don't need to worry about nothing. If you decided that you like bump the career,
Mhm.
just focus on your kids, raise your kids.
But bro, that's the thing. She's empty with that too.
I don't understand it.
I don't get it
I don't
either.
understand it. You're literally living. You hit the jackpot. You hit the lottery. You know how many women would love to be in your position, and you're worried
Mhm.
about your career?
Mhm.
Are you crazy?
Bro, every time I date a woman, I always ask her, what is a priority for you? Family, husband, career. Immediately,
Yeah.
if she says career first, I'm out the door
Hmm.
because it shows that like I don't. And again, I don't know Aisha Curry's upbringing. I don't know what her background was. You know, going to church and high school, all these things. I don't know if like she was raised with a mindset of make your own money, which is why I brought up the feminist statement because a lot of moms nowadays are raising their kids, especially their daughters, to be like,
Yeah.
don't rely on no man to take care of you, make your own money, things like that, to make sure, just in case if you divorce him. And I hate when women say that. But if he leaves you, then you're cooked. And we all know that most men don't end up the divorces. 80% of the divorces are done by women. So
Yeah.
it's like that like reason never made sense to me. And um, I guess and again, the only thing I can make any type of conclusion based off her statement is that she wishes that she went through a hoe phase. That's literally what it all is. Because
That's what it sounds like.
she doesn't like she already has a career. She has all the money. Steph is taking care of her. She has a man that doesn't cheat. There's athletes you could tell that be cheating. Steph doesn't give me that vibe whatsoever. I think he's legit content with his life, being with his wife and kids. You know.
And let's just go with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say Steph Curry once in a blue moon does do something.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say I don't think he is either, but let's just say once in a blue moon he steps out because I mean, listen, he be hitting 40-foot jump shots. Who's to say he's not doing that outside of the court?
Right.
He's not embarrassing you.
Exactly.
Nobody. The public perception is that you have a faithful man, a God fearing man
Mm-hmm.
that takes care of his business and takes care of his family. So even if Steph Curry is stepping out once in a blue moon, we have no clue. We have
Exactly.
no clue about it. We never heard, at least I haven't. I haven't heard not one
Bro.
female come out saying, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I mess with Steph or anything like that. So for me, especially how popular he is, I would assume that he's not doing anything.
Bro, there's no let's be honest, everyone has a past, everyone has something that they're hiding from the public, but 'cause I've
Hmm.
I've heard things about LeBron, I've heard things about
Yeah.
James Harden, I've heard things about Kevin Durant. Never, ever in the how many years Steph Curry has been in the NBA have I heard one bad thing about him. Not
Hmm.
one. He seems humble. He's a man of God, like you said. He loves his family. He appreciates the success that he has. Um, he's legit like the poster boy. For a couple of years, he was like the face of the NBA, you know. And I don't, I think Aisha Curry, well, she needs to humble herself because I think she needs to understand how lucky she is because legit most women nowadays, especially in Miami, are chasing for guys like Steph Curry that are in that 1% that are only going to be loyal to her and love her with all his heart and all this, BS. Um, and it just like makes you think, what is it that, and also when she said that comment where, when I talk about my feelings, Steph kind of like, it's not real, it's not true. And that is, again, female psychology. Females base everything on their feelings. And it's like, And I'll be honest, I think there's some women. I'll be to Aisha Curry's credit. I think every married woman that marries young goes through a phase in their life where they feel like, is this all I am? You know, am I all just a wife and kids, and that's all my purposes in this world? And like, I would give it to you, Aisha, if like you were just quiet, a stay-home wife and all that stuff. But like, Steph at least allows you to have businesses and do other
Yeah.
things as a hobby and or to make your own money. Because that money that she makes doing being a chef and all this stuff, that doesn't go to Steph. That goes to her.
Yeah, that goes directly to you. Steph is just like, okay, babe, you want to do this today? Go ahead.
Exactly,
If that's what makes you happy, go ahead.
and it's not
But
making her happy.
and that's not even making her happy.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, what will? And then there was another clip that I saw, and I remember it, but it was so long ago that it refreshed my memory, where she's on the Real talk show, and there's a guy that comes out like a waiter, but he's doesn't have a shirt
Yep.
on, and then she acting like she's taking her ring off.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if you're doing that and you're confident enough to do that in front of thousands of people in that crowd and millions at home that is watching, what are you doing behind closed doors?
Bro.
And on
Mm-hmm.
top of that, let's talk about this whole phase that is like a topic.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I tell men, you got to be careful with who you deal with. See, the problem is, most men, and we all gonna fall victim to it to a degree, unless we're searching for versions, which I highly recommend for any young man that's like 18 or whatever. But once you start to get to our age and you're still single, you're gonna have to deal with a woman that probably went through a whole phase, that went through a traumatic breakup where she's still lingering from her ex.
Mm-hmm.
All those things are still gonna be there. So a whole phase is like,
Do you think
it's
it's a
like,
do you think a whole face is real, or do you think that's just some myth that women make up?
oh man, that's a good question, man. I'll be honest with you. A whole phase for women, I would love to say is a myth,
Mhm.
but based off life experience, is real, bro. Is real. And this is why I say it, because I know plenty of females that went through a whole phase. And when I mean a whole phase, I mean they clap like 10, 11, 12 dudes, and all of a sudden they just meet the guy that they want to be with, and they just act brand new, like they didn't do any of that stuff, like they just clapped the whole roster,
Mhm.
and then somehow they just, oh, this is the simp that I want, and I'm a conduct myself like I didn't just smash 10 other dudes, and I'm gonna act like it never happened, and then they just go off in the sunset and they get happily ever married, and they probably don't even tell their husband about it until like later on. Oh yeah, by the way, when it's like 10, 12 years in a marriage, oh
Mhm.
yeah, I did actually get trained before.
Yeah.
Like, so I would love to say it's a myth, but to be honest with you, bro, it's real, bro. It's real. Now, some women whole phases and isn't as bad as others,
Mhm.
but in most cases, yeah, nah, females, they be going through a whole phase, bro. And it be because either they were in a relationship too long with a toxic dude, or they have daddy issues.
Yeah.
And usually women, when they go through a whole phase, they're dealing with like a bare minimum 3 to 5 dudes within a span of like 3 months or so. Unfortunately, it is real, bro. It is. At least in my opinion.
No,
Now, do I think it's an excuse? I definitely think it's an excuse,
mhm.
and so they throw it out there like that. But that's the reality we live in, bro. That's why I try not to think about it too much, bro. But
Bro.
especially as old as we are, like, trust me,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
No, I agree, man. I think that I've met a lot it's scary. Like, the whole face thing wasn't something I learned until, like, a couple years ago, and I'm like, "Is this real? Is this, like, something most women go through?" And it's always and what sucks is it's always the most beautiful women, the hottest chicks that always have gone through a whole phase, you know?
mhm.
It's like I'm at that point in my life where I think I'll just take someone that's like a 6, that's like has a lower body count than someone that's like a 10 out of 10 with a body count of like 50 or whatever it is because like I think it's a mix of both. I think it's some I want to believe, Rob, that it's something that has been newly introduced, you know, and hopefully will die down later on. Like the inspirations like the Cardi B's, the Nicki Minaj's, the Megan Thee Stallions, you know, endorsing female promiscuity. I think that in itself has allowed the culture of women to be like, "Oh, wait a minute, I could have like I could get any guy I want. I could have like sex as many guys as I want, and if I keep it on the low, no one's really gonna know, really, unless you know something happens." It's like it's sad because, and I'm thinking about those women that have gone through a whole phase, and those women most of the time, like they end up with a guy that like is a nice guy, but not actually, you know, the guy they want.
Yeah.
They,
And you can tell that that's not even a guy they even wanna be with. I
hmm
know for me, right, I learned about a whole phase when I was in high school. That's when I learned about a whole
okay.
phase. Because your boy back in the day, I made a mistake.
Uh oh.
I wiped up a hoe back in the day, and I learned the hard way, bro. Like, I this is before I was the man I am now.
hmm
And I remember a friend of mine, female friend of mine, mutual friend of ours was like, "Yo, Rob, you're dating such and such?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Oh, she was with da 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 boom 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 boom." I'm like, "What?"
Bruh.
Yo, that just turned the demon in me, bro. And then that's when I grew up and realized, like, yo, bro, all the red flags that I was ignoring because I was being the good guy. I was being not even a good guy because there's nothing wrong with being the good guy. I was being a nice guy.
hmm
That's the problem. I was being a nice guy. I was being naive,
Giving her the benefit of the doubt, you
giving her
know.
the benefit of the doubt. And meanwhile, you know, there was other women that were interested in me, but I was being a nice guy. And once I found out, oh, she was messing with this dude, she was messing with an ex, I was like,
Damn.
nah, And
Eh,
then that's when I woke up, bro. And then that's when I realized, like, got to be careful with women, bro. You got to really do your due diligence. You got to see who they hang out with. You got to see what interests them. You got to learn. You got to hear about the stories they say about their past and see if things lines up. You got to hear about all this stuff, man.
you have
So
to, because otherwise you're gonna be stuck forever. Like you're
yeah,
gonna
you're gonna
feel
be stuck
trapped.
whatever. You're gonna be stuck forever, and then you're gonna be in a position where it's like, man, you don't want to be that guy that learn about the woman you with, and you're already like 3 4 kids in.
And that's one thing about Aisha Curry. I remember I also saw this clip too where she said, um, she didn't like she was insecure because men weren't looking at her, and she felt that like she hated that like no guys and also I have a comment about that too, but she was mad that guys don't check her out, they don't, you know, compliment her, things like that. But and that women would like throw themselves at Steph. And I'm like, Aisha, two things. One, say what you want about men. Men are, you know, dogs, whatever, whatever we want to call us. But when we see a married woman, something within us kind of respects that. And we don't really like, at least for me, if I see someone's married, I don't usually do anything about it. I'm just like, okay, cool, cool.
Yeah,
You know, that's like,
and,
that's,
pl- and plus we know the ramifications of if you talk to a married woman.
hmm
That is extremely dangerous.
yeah.
And men, we respect that. And like we said before, Steph Curry is a respectable man. But to your point, real quick, I was gonna say, yeah, if and I'm the same way. If a woman's married, I'm not even talking to her
hmm
because I know that that man will do anything to protect his family, and I'm not trying to get a bullet in my ass.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's absolutely true. Um, and also, what caught me off guard about her saying that was that, like, I could tell she's someone that likes the attention. She wants the attention. She wants the spotlight on her. But she doesn't realize that the only reason why she has the clout, the status, the fame that she has now is because of Steph Curry.
Yeah.
That's the part that, like, I don't think she understands whatsoever right now because she's still in a level where she's thinking that they're equal and they're on the same level field. No. Respectfully, Aisha, some of the I did some research and I saw that one restaurant she sold it like a few years ago.
hmm
I think it like run out of business or something to that extent. So it's like, Aisha, no offense, maybe you're just not a good businesswoman. Maybe you're just not. That's not your skill set. That maybe you're not the best, on that top level of like being a good chef. You know what I'm saying?
I
Maybe,
agree.
and maybe you're best. Maybe God put you in this world just to be a good wife, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
that. Mhm.
And not to cut you off, the the one thing I learned early on, and correct me if I'm wrong, but in my opinion, I feel like the number one thing that women want above anything, yeah, they could talk about loyalty, they could talk about transparency, they could talk about being honest and all that. La, 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 la.
Yeah, all that chit chat.
Well, there's
Mhm.
two things that they want. They
Mhm.
want attention,
Mhm.
and they want a man that's sexually loyal. And what I mean by
Yeah.
that is they want attention from other men, whether they want to agree with it or not. They love it. They want that validation. They always want that validation. They want to know that other men find them attractive. That's one thing. And then another thing is you could do everything. You could give her the house, you could give her the cars, you could be financially stable, all that. The moment you're not sexually loyal, sex is a huge thing. And the moment you step out, all that other stuff is out the window.
Mhm.
All the other stuff is out the window. So sex is a huge portion in a relationship. The moment you break that sex code, her sexual preference is
Mhm.
for you to just have sex with her. The moment you
Yeah.
break that, she's a totally different person. Totally different person. That's just what it is. And women don't want to say that, but that's the reality. And men know that. That's why men in most cases, like especially Sims, they freaking drive themselves crazy and, oh, I'll accept you. Oh, you got 3 kids. It's okay. Oh, 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 you still go to your baby father's house and you spend 2 hours, even though it's a 10-minute drive to pick up your kid, but you're there for 2 hours doing God knows what. But it's
Mhm.
okay. That's why men, and then they try to trick you into saying that if you have boundaries, you're insecure. No, that's not the case. Stop it. I'm not insecure. I'm a grown man that has boundaries. So, but that's the reality, bro. That at least that's my opinion. Women love attention, and they want a man that's sexually disciplined. If those two things aren't being met, you're in trouble.
And you know what? I appreciate you saying that too, because I noticed that, like, when it comes to like the quote unquote, I hate to use this term, the high value man, right?
Yeah,
Women always say, like, why you like you're always busy, like I want spend time with me, give me the attention that I deserve. And it's like, girl, how do you think I got to this status? How do you think I'm just gonna be sitting on my butt all day without working? I got shit to do. I got money to make. You like the
exactly.
you like the bag, the Burke, whatever, the
You like the
uh
Birkin bag,
Burger
you
bag,
want
all the stuff.
all the name products you want. I
But
can't do it just sitting here kissing you
exactly,
all day.
exactly. I gotta work. I gotta make money. I'll be back in a few hours. Thank you. Like, it's like men can't win. If we give them too much attention, they get turned off. If we don't give them enough attention, they might leave and be like, I'm gonna find someone that is gonna give me more attention, and they still end up cheating. Bro, there's
Exactly.
so many women I've met in my life that cheated on their man because the man did not compliment her or give her any type of attention, and then they end up with me for a few hours, and then I disregarded them. It's like, you can't win, and women like go everything, and this is why, and I kind of agree with Fresh and Fit when they say this, um, that like the woman has to like the man more, because when she likes the man more, she's gonna just submit to him regardless of what he says, and not um like think and have that possibility, like, oh wow, like, even though he's in the 1%, he's still not giving me enough attention, but let me see if I could still find another option out there, not knowing that, like, you could, but you might find a guy that might give you more attention, but they're gonna make, maybe 80K a year instead of 500K a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no, um I'm truly trying to figure out, like, like, and you brought up such good points. I'm just trying to figure out, like, is there ever any way to truly give women this fulfillment? And I don't think there is. I think this is
There
like
isn't. There isn't. The only way is if she truly wants to be with you. See,
that's true.
women, if she really wants you,
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff goes out the window, and she's gonna make it extremely easy for you. But if it's somebody that you have to convince to be with, like if you're a man and you have to convince her to be with you, she doesn't want you. She's gonna put you through the ringer. And that's why you shouldn't even pursue that girl. That's why for men, you should only pursue women that show interest in you. And then you make your evaluation from there. But all this, oh, I'm gonna go after this girl. I don't know if she likes me or not. You shouldn't do that. You should focus on yourself and draw attraction instead of going out there and chasing.
Yeah.
Don't chase her. Make her chase you. And see, the one thing I learned with this thing called attention, I'm gonna present myself. See, so fellas, I'm gonna give for the young men out there. I'm gonna give y'all a little game. I'm gonna give y'all a little secret since I'm retired and everything. So I'm gonna start giving out my secret.
Let's hear it.
Let me tell you something about attention. This is how you manipulate attention. See, I'm gonna give you attention. I'm gonna introduce myself, right? I'm not gonna overdo it because I already know I find you attractive, and I know most men find you attractive. So therefore, those men that are around you, that's in your face constantly, I know for a fact you're tired of them because you already been there, done that.
Mhm.
But me, I'm a fresh face. So yeah, I'm gonna give you attention, and then I'm gonna go off and do what I do. And then, trust me, it works every time. It works every time because now she's thinking, well, who was that dude that just? Oh, I see him walking around with this person. I see him talking to this girl. I see him. Why all the girls are around him? Oh, he. That's why fellas. That's why I disagree with Fresh and Fit as far as having female friends. I don't believe in having female friends, but I believe in having female acquaintances
Yeah.
because you have to show the women that you want that yes, other women find me attractive, and other women are trying to position themselves into being the main chick. Yes, you're pretty. Yes, those other dudes are in your face and give you attention, but I know you're tired of it. So if you like you said, if you give too much attention and you're too available, oh, he's clingy.
Mhm.
Oh, he's
Yep.
too this.
Mhm.
He's too that. That's why me, like and we went to school together.
Mhm.
I worked out, I played basketball, cleaned myself up, go up, see what's going on, say hello, whatever, and then I go off. That's how you play it, bro. You can't be
Yeah.
in a woman's face 24/7 because you know what happens?
Hmm.
Then you put yourself in a friend zone. Then
Mhm.
you put yourself in a position where it's like, "Oh, I know he's always gonna be there, but who's that guy over there that I rarely see that's rarely around?" That's how that works, bro. That's
No,
how this
that's
works.
and
Just to give you some game, fellas.
no, that's you guys need to subscribe to Rob and me because we're giving you value of like this is like
Yeah,
years. This is like $1 million like advice that we're giving you guys right now. And
yeah.
I'll add on to this too. Like if let's say, and I think the same rule applies to like when you're DMing a girl too, because she let's be honest, women get like 1,000 DMs a day with the same messages. Hey, what you doing? How are you? Let me holla at you. The
Mhm,
same messages all the time, right? And I learned in both like when I do cold approaches and when I DM a girl that I do something different each time. I try to like uh compliment her. Like say if I notice that she does like fitness, and I go give her a compliment about that, and then she'd be like, it takes her off guard, and she's like, oh my god, he's not like the others. It makes you stand out, and you have to stand out, in this day where there's like a whole bunch of trash options. And when women say, I got options, no, you don't. Those options aren't even ones that you'll actually consider. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? So I agree, and I think that because I don't think that with Aisha Curry in her situation, I don't. I'll be honest, I don't think she's like the most like attractive woman. Like,
No, she's just like your regular pretty girl next door.
yeah,
Like, she's not ugly, she's an attractive woman, but she's not, like, drop dead gorgeous and not like that, but
yeah,
she's a good-looking woman. She's the perfect 7 or 8.
yeah.
And then if she puts up makeup and she does it the right way, she could compete with a 9 or a 10.
I agree, and like with her talking like this, when you're just like every other female that is just, you know, out there in the market. It's like for me, like if she was like, well, not even her. What's her name? That be talking trash lately too.
Who are you thinking about?
Um,
She's a like she what profession is she in? Like a
I think
rapper
I
or
think she's I think she's a I think she's like an
actress?
influencer too.
An influencer?
I think she's an influencer. There's someone else that be talking trash all the time. Well, I mean, this is a bad example, but like maybe Cardi B. I don't think she's like a 10 out of 10 either. Um,
No.
but like,
No. Have you seen her
yeah,
before the glow up?
yeah, I did, yeah.
So and to be honest with you,
Mhm.
Cardi B, the only reason why I won't get on Cardi B is because she's legit showing you who she is.
Exactly.
And she's cool with it.
Mhm.
She's cool with it. See, and that's the one thing.
An honest
Women,
hoe.
so women, if you're gonna apologetically be yourself and be authentic, do that. Own up to who you are.
Mhm.
The Cardi B gives me the impression that she does not fake it. And that's why a lot of people like her. But at the same time, she is hurting the culture,
Oh
especially,
my god, yeah.
with everything that's going on. But she was loyal to Offset. So I'm not gonna get on her because she was loyal to Offset and he was cheating on her a lot and making her look crazy. But to just do a one whole 80 and then you barely got with Stefan Diggs and you already let him put a baby in you and all that.
Cooked. My
That's
god.
crazy. You went from being a wife to being a girlfriend that's pretty much another baby mama at this point. But I mean,
Yeah.
to each his own.
No, to each their own. But like, I'm just like Aisha Curry. Like you, like less is more sometimes. Like
Yeah,
like the less like look at for example the whole Jada Pinkett. Oh, I think I was thinking of Jada Pinkett Smith. Like with Jada Pinkett, I'll never forget the first time where she was before the whole even entanglement thing happened. Where
that's
she would,
crazy too.
yeah, that's cooked. Will Smith. I don't even think about Will Smith's Oscars. I don't think about Bad Boys. I don't think about I Am Legend. All I think about is the freaking entanglement situation, bro. I don't cooked forever. And the Will Smith,
Yeah,
the Chris Rock slap that was like the nail on the coffin. Like,
yeah. I don't know what Will Smith got going on, man. I
like,
don't know. Man.
like Jada Pinkett Smith, you are a basic looking woman and you had a mid career. And the only reason why you have the status that you have right now is because you are Will Smith's wife, right? And her talking smack about him, talking about her personal stories of her still in love with Tupac, like that in itself is already like, why are you even putting your business out there onto the internet like that? You know what I'm saying? Um, Thankfully, Aisha isn't on that level of disrespect with Steph.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, it seems like it's only gonna get worse
Yeah,
because.
it's almost as if you're seeing. It's almost as like you see a car crash that's about to happen, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, like we need to check this, like the check engine light. The check engine light is on right now.
That's a good
Let's not
analogy.
ignore it. Let's go to the mechanic. Let's
Mm-hmm.
put the little machine in there and see what's going on because it's only going to get worse if we don't get this checked out. So, Steph, if I'm you, brother, I'm pretty sure you had conversations with your wife behind closed doors. But it's, baby, I understand. I understand how you feel, but we're not doing any more podcasts where you talking like that.
Bro, he should have. Bro, he needs to put her in her place. I'm not even trying to like
Seriously.
talk like Steph Curry, because you said that he doesn't seem like a simp, and I don't think I don't think he's a simp either. Um, but it does give like that beta male kind of energy where like Steph Curry for me doesn't give off like there's certain celebrities that you see and they kind of give off that like shut your mouth. They can you could tell they beat women and whatever. Steph gives you the image that he's someone that respects his wife and will talk to her, but he won't be like the type to like put 10 toes down on her. Like Will Smith will he's cucked. Like he's legit a cuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he legit let his wife go bang her her son's friend.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
And I'm just trying to say, Steph, I'm warning you right now. If you don't get your woman in place, you're gonna be next on that. And you already have a great career, Hall of Fame career. You're probably gonna win another ring before the age of 40. Like like you don't want this like to be tarnished into your career. Will Smith is tarnished for his career because of this, because of Jada.
Exactly. Exactly.
And Will Smith, I think Will Smith is like, if I'm being honest, I think he's a better actor. He's on the level of Leo DiCaprio. He's at least able to lose weight, change accents, things of that nature. And Will Smith, for the rest of his career, his legacy will not be because of his Fresh Prince of Bel Air, not because of Ali, not because of King Richard or Bad Boys. It's going to be forever related to Jada. And I don't want Steph's legacy to be tarnished because of one woman that is consistently showing signs of disrespecting him and not really um showing appreciation for that
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah. And it just goes to show you that fellas never tolerate disrespect from a woman under any circumstances. If a woman disrespects you, you have to check it immediately. Because if you don't, she's gonna keep disrespecting you. And then it's
Mhm.
gonna get to the point where it's gonna get out of hand.
Yep.
So for all my fellas out there, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about the, oh, I'm not a millionaire, I'm not this, I'm not that. You keep working on yourself, you keep building yourself, you keep becoming 1% better
Bro.
every day of your life. You hit the gym, you eat right, you learn something new, whatever the case may be. Always believe that you should learn something new, or whatever your passion is, perfect whatever you want to do for the rest of your life. And but when as far as women, don't let no woman disrespect
No
you,
matter what
because
status you
no
are,
matter what.
and no matter what status too,
Mm,
because mind you, this is Will Smith is close to I think his net worth is like 250 to 500 million dollars, and
yeah, he's
he can't even control his wife. So there's no excuse for anyone that is making less money than that to not be able to do it either.
yeah, exactly. And subconsciously, I feel like that's what the media is trying to like push out there. Like, hey, look, you got these multimillionaires, high status men that can't even control their wives. So what makes you think a person that has a 9 to 5 that has to clock in and clock out can control their wives?
Yeah,
So
man,
that's why the dating market is so imbalanced.
it
And
is.
that's why you have so many men that settling for women that have kids. And then you have women on the other hand that are miserable because they're being brainwashed into thinking that they want to be hot girl summer and smash a whole bunch of dudes. But in
Hmm.
reality, that's not what you even want to do. Yes, women do love attention from other men, but in reality, you don't want to be sleeping with a whole bunch of dudes. Now, this generation, that's,
Yeah.
this generation, we might have to do a whole new study and stuff like that because it may be different. But our generation, women don't want to be sleeping with a whole bunch of dudes.
Hell no.
So I don't, it could change. Well, it is changing because the stuff I'm seeing now is getting bad. It's getting real bad.
And I think it's only gonna get worse if I'm being honest.
I
Like
think so.
the more feminism is implanted, and bro, like I meet women all the time that be like, it turns me off for like when they say I got a good job, I have a career, I'm independent. When that's code, when I hear that word independent, it's such a turn off for me, bro. Like it's such because it's another it's code for like no man's gonna tell me what to do, or I'm not if I'm gonna be submissive, then it's gonna take a lot to be submissive to a man. You know what I'm saying? And just the idea of like I went on a date with this girl and she asked me like things that you want. And I'm like I want a woman that's my peace and a woman that obeys my command and things like that. And then she's like obey. I'm like yeah. Did I stutter? And she was like kind of turned on by that. But like the fact that like some women get triggered by just that simple word obey and is like shows how cooked we are because that word back in like early 2000s was not something that would even like women would even think to be like a trigger word.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And women want this like they say they want a leader, but then they also feel like they have this right, or I don't know how to describe it, this right to like speak and act like they're an equal to a man. By default, if he's the leader, then you are the follower. Like
Yeah,
the math ain't mathin'. So um I just let me finish the clip real quick and then we'll close out. Damn, we've been talking for
got you.
54 minutes, brother. Oh my god, time goes by so fast when we know.
Yeah, exactly.
I just wanna play this quick. I think we kinda covered everything, but I wanna double check, make sure. Let me see
Mhm.
here.
Spent my entire life like trying to work towards something, and then it kind of just disappeared, and I didn't think twice about it. But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself. Like, this doesn't feel right. I love being a mom, but I love doing other things too. And I need to get my shit together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
What shit?
If I have a career and I'm
Yeah.
not home, like did you experience that?
I still experience
Okay.
that. I still experience that. I'm almost like I'm always in therapy talking about this. If you lose all of those things that were interesting about you, even for yourself, like even the things that made me feel confident and cool, then what are you doing?
Cooked. We're still
That's
cooked.
not good. And I'll tell you why that's not good.
Tell me.
It sounds like it sounds like cause she said, I'm going to therapy and I need to get my shit together.
Bro, what shit, bro? That's something that
You
you
have
people
you
say
have
when, like, you're broke.
Yeah, that's like something you say when you're broken. You're on your last leg.
Mhm.
You are a married woman. You have what, 3 or 4 beautiful children.
Yep.
You you are, and I know this probably upsets her, but I'll say it anyway. You are married to a multi-millionaire who respects you, but doesn't make you look crazy in public, who probably doesn't even cheat on you when he can. Not only that, you have from outside looking in, it looks like you have a great support system. Steph Curry allows you to venture off and, I guess, find yourself at this given
Find
point because,
yourself. Mm-mm.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
because at this point it seems like she's not fulfilled with just being a mom, being a supporter of Steph. Yes, not only is Steph the breadwinner, he's the leader of your household. This is the position that you're going to be in for the rest of your life. Nothing's going to change. So if this is something you can't accept, then there's going to be some huge problems. And at some point, Steph is going to have to put his foot down. And to be honest with you,
Mhm.
Steph Curry, I love you, brother. You're one of my favorite players in the NBA. And I know at some point you're going to watch this and you're going to listen to it because this is how the internet works. Brother, I'm telling you right now, I don't know what your marriage contract is. I don't know if it's traditional, if you have a prenup, but I hope you start putting assets and stuff like that in your mom's name. Because I'm telling you right now, 5 years from now, when you're retired, and then whenever you retire, and a few years later, they're talking about divorce and all that. I don't want her to take half the stuff you worked for your whole life.
Agreed.
I don't want that for you, Steph. I love you, brother.
Bro, let me see how old Steph Curry is. I think he's 37, but I just wanna
Yeah,
double check.
yeah, he has to be on the higher end on 30, close to 40, possibly.
And he's still, like, still shooting threes like it's, like, nothing. Like,
Yeah, he still got it.
yeah, 37. March 14th is his birthday.
Yeah, because he did all 4 years at Davidson, so he started his NBA career later than what most
Yeah, he wasn't like
athletes
LeBron
do.
that started right out of high school, right?
Yeah,
Like, oh my god.
because I
That's,
think LeBron is like 37, 38.
LeBron is 40, bro.
Oh, is he 40? Oh,
Yeah,
my fault. He's
no,
40.
no,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's good.
I think he just turned 40, like, this past, December. Let me double check though. Yeah,
Yeah,
40, December 30th, 1984.
yeah.
And he's still playing like, I mean, I'm kinda mad about LeBron. That whole Hennessy thing was a troll. That pissed me
That
off.
was a troll. LeBron, you're better than that, bro. You don't need to tarnish your legacy over promoting a liquor brand. You don't need to do that.
Like,
I know that's something that it seems like a lot of athletes are doing now. They're getting a lot of like liquor deals and stuff like
mhm,
that. Be careful with that, man, because you got a lot of people that struggle with alcoholism and things like that. Just be careful with that, LeBron. You don't want to. You for the most part, you have Mickey Mouse reputation, resume. Like there's not too much that's on you. Now Drake did say some things,
Mhm.
but since you're LeBron, I'm gonna ignore it. But it is in there though, LeBron. But since you're LeBron, since you're King James, I don't want the LeBron people to come after me because he has a huge following. But at the same time, be careful, LeBron, because you're starting to slip up a little bit. You're starting to slip up a little bit.
The
So
whole thing with his son, with the Lakers, that was something that I was like, LeBron, you're making this nepotism. Like, you're making yourself look bad, bro. You need to just retire already. Get another ring or retire at this point.
yeah.
But no, but to address your statement too. Um, yeah, this Steph. I pray for Steph. You know, he deserves better than this. You know, he's one of the few NBA players that I look and I'm like, I don't see anything wrong. Like he seems like a guy that actually, just wants a simple life, be successful. He's humble. Um, he's not like LeBron or D Wade, going to the clubs, doing all this crazy stuff. Like he seems like
Oh
someone
man,
that
D
just
Wade. Oh man.
hmm?
I
Oh,
said Dwayne Wade. Jeez.
cooked, man. Bro, all my why are all my heroes? LeBron was my hero growing up, bro. I didn't grow up watching Kobe like that. I grew up watching
Mhm.
LeBron, and like my heroes are just like not making themselves look good anymore. It's sad. Will Smith too, but I just want to close out by saying, yeah, I agree. Like Seth, I hope he has some type, because I don't want that will make her look so much worse that the moment he retires, that she divorces him. Like,
Mhm.
if you're gonna do it, just might as well do it now. Don't wait until after his contract is done and he's gonna retire and then try to gain half of his assets. No, we're not gonna have that. Especially with someone like Steph Curry, and especially how more um aware we are, because the divorce rate in America is so much higher. Like, look at Nicole Kidman just divorced her husband recently, and
Oh
then
man.
who
Yeah.
who was I'm if I'm being honest, I'm surprised Will Smith is still married to Jada Pinkett Smith. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they're only together for the money. I mean, that's my only assumption. But um, I hope that Steph finds peace in his relationship. I mean, they're both Christians, so I would assume that they have some type of like understanding. But but yeah, I just want to.
Yeah.
I agree with everything you're saying, bro. But um, any last thoughts, brother? Anything that you want to plug for any things for your channels?
The only thing I want to say is stay on the lookout. Uh if you're on TikTok, like I said, follow me December '06, December the boy '06. I just released some new skits on there. I do a lot of skits as well. And find me on YouTube, Pernell Joe Show. You can also find me there. You can also, if you have Facebook, December Pernell Joe, add me. And I'll also post like questions and questionnaires and things like that, as far as like relationships, men and women interaction, sports, whatever you want to talk about. We can have a healthy debate, or we could just have fun talking about whatever. That's really it. And I appreciate you having me on this platform again. I see us growing, and keep doing your thing, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. And I'm gonna make sure that I attach all the links in the description of this video once I upload it. Probably tomorrow I'm gonna upload this, because this is necessary to be heard and to spread the word out there. Especially in the age of simping and beta males and all this stuff that's going on in the world. So yeah, thank you again for joining. I'm definitely gonna have you back on in the future. Um,
Yeah.
and Steph, good luck, brother. I pray for you, because like he's one of the good ones, and
Yeah.
he's someone that I genuinely believe that he deserves to have a nice easy life, because it's already stressful being a basketball player in itself, getting death threats, dealing with all this stress. It's like that's nothing compared to just being a wife. That, like, the stress, women will never understand the stress that men go through on a daily basis at all. But yeah, I'll be sure to subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Rob, follow him, and then we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Absolutely.
All right.